I need you to tell everyone we're just friends at the reunion. My ex will be there, and I want to see how he reacts, she said casually. I said, okay, and walked out. Permanently. She texted after the reunion, ready to go back to normal. I said, normal ended yesterday, and turned my phone off. I, 29, male, had been with Rachel, 27, for 2 years. We lived together, split bills evenly, talked about long-term plans. I thought we were building something real. Until Thursday night, when she looked up from her phone and said, with the same tone you'd use to ask someone to pass the salt, I need you to tell everyone we're just friends at the reunion. My ex will be there, and I want to see how he reacts. I stared at her. She smiled, casual, like she'd just suggested we try a new restaurant. The high school reunion was Saturday, 2 days away. She wanted me to stand in a room full of her old classmates and pretend I didn't exist in her life. Not as her boyfriend. Not as her partner. As some convenient prop in whatever psychological game she wanted to play with a man she dated in 11th grade. I said, okay. Then I walked out. Permanently. She texted after the reunion, breezy and expectant, ready to go back to normal. I sent one message back. Normal ended yesterday. Then I turned my phone off. 2 years. That's how long I believed in us. Rachel and I met through mutual friends at a bar trivia night. She was quick, funny, good at banter. We started dating 3 weeks later. 6 months after that, she moved into my apartment when her lease ended. It felt natural, easy. We cooked together, watched shows together, fell into a rhythm that seemed like partnership. Looking back now, I can see the pattern I ignored. Small things. The way she'd mention her ex, Kyle, too often. Always in passing. Always framed as meaningless. Kyle used to hate that movie too. Kyle's cousin just had a baby. Little breadcrumbs of a person she claimed didn't matter. I never asked her to stop. It seemed petty to police casual mentions of someone from her past. I figured everyone is exes. Everyone has history. Secure people don't feel threatened by old relationships that ended years ago. But there were other things. The way she'd check her phone during dinner and smile at something, then close the screen quickly when I glanced over. The way she'd angle her body away from me when texting sometimes. The way she'd mention getting a message from an old friend from high school, but never elaborate. I didn't press. I trusted her. That was the framework I operated in. Trust until given a reason not to. The reunion invitation arrived 3 weeks ago. It came in a group text to her phone. I saw it when she showed me, laughing at some of the names. God, I haven't talked to these people in 10 years. She scrolled through the list of confirmed attendees. I watched her pause on one name. Kyle Morrison. She didn't say anything, just kept scrolling. She RSVP'd yes the next day. I asked if she wanted me to come. She hesitated just a second, then said, it's more of a classmates-only thing. I nodded. That made sense. High school reunions are weird. I wouldn't want to drag her to mine either. But Thursday night, sitting on our couch, she revised the script. Actually, you should come, she said, eyes still on her phone. It'll be fun. You can meet everyone. I said sure. Sounded fine. I'd meet her old friends, make small talk, be supportive. Standard partner behavior. Then came the second part. The part that ended everything. She set her phone down on the coffee table, screen up. I could see a text thread open. Someone named Jess. The preview showed. Is Kyle bringing anyone? Rachel looked at me. Not nervous. Not guilty. Just matter of fact. One thing though, she said. I need you to tell everyone we're just friends. I blinked. What? At the reunion. Just tell people we're friends. If anyone asks. I sat up straighter. Why would I do that? She shrugged. One shoulder. Casual. Like this was a minor logistical detail. Kyle's going to be there. I want to see how he reacts. If he thinks I'm single. The room felt smaller suddenly. Quieter. I could hear the hum of the fridge in the kitchen. The faint buzz of the overhead light. You want me to pretend we're not together? I said slowly. So you can manipulate your ex-boyfriend's emotions. It's not manipulation. She rolled her eyes, a little smile tugging at her mouth. It's just seeing if he still cares. It's harmless. Harmless. Yeah. Look, we broke up in a messy way. He didn't want it to end. I did. I just want to know if he ever moved on, or if he still hung up on me. That's all. It's not like I'm going to hook up with him or anything. I stared at her, trying to map this person onto the woman I thought I'd been living with. The woman I'd been building a life with. The woman I trusted. You want me, I said, each word deliberate. To stand in a room, next to you, and lie to everyone we meet about who I am to you. It's not a lie. We are friends. We're just also dating. Friends is a subset. Rachel. What? She looked genuinely confused by my tone. It's not a big deal. It's one night. Just a few hours. You don't even have to talk to him. Just let him wonder. Then we go home, and everything's normal. Normal. That word sat between us like something dead. I thought about the last 2 years. The rent I'd paid. The meals I'd cooked. The nights I'd held her when she was stressed about work. The time I drove 3 hours to pick her up when her car broke down. The birthday trip I'd planned. The future I'd imagined. And here she was, asking me to erase myself. To become invisible. To serve as wallpaper in her psychological game with a man she'd dated when she was 17. I felt something click into place. A clarity I hadn't expected. Cold and absolute. This wasn't something you came back from. This wasn't a mistake she'd apologize for later. This was who she was. Someone who saw me as a tool. A prop. Useful when convenient. Discardable when inconvenient. Some things you don't negotiate. Some lines, once crossed, redraw the entire map. I stood up. Okay, I said. She brightened. Really? Thank you. I knew you'd understand. It's just one night, and then. I walked to the bedroom. She followed, still talking, saying something about how it wasn't a big deal, how I was being cool about this, how she appreciated me being so chill. I pulled my duffel bag from the closet. Started packing. Clothes. Toiletries. Charger. Wallet. Keys. What are you doing? She asked. Leaving. Her voice shifted. Confusion now. Wait, what? What? I didn't stop packing. Didn't look at her. You just asked me to erase myself so you can play mind games with your ex. That's not something I'm interested in participating in. I'm not asking you to erase yourself. I'm asking you to just not mention we're dating for a few hours. That's it. Right? Not mention that I'm your boyfriend. Not mention that I live with you. Not mention that we've been together for 2 years. Just be some guy who happens to exist near you. That's what you're asking. You're overreacting. I zipped the bag. Turned to face her. No. I'm reacting appropriately. You just told me I'm less important than getting validation from someone you dated in high school. You just told me my role in your life is negotiable based on who's watching. That's all the information I need. It's one night. It's not about the night. It's about what you think of me. What you think this is. I gestured between us. You think this is something you can pause and unpause based on your convenience. It's not. Her face hardened. So you're just leaving? Because I asked one thing? After 2 years. You asked me to not exist. Yeah, I'm leaving. I walked past her. She grabbed my arm. I stopped, didn't pull away, just stood there. You're being ridiculous, she said. This is insane. You can't just leave over this. I looked at her hand on my arm, then at her face. Yes, I can. I pulled free. Walked to the front door. She followed, voice rising now, half angry, half disbelieving. Fine. Go. See if I care. You're making this into some huge dramatic thing when it's not. I opened the door. Turned back one last time. Have fun at the reunion, I said. Then I left. I drove to my friend Marcus's place. He answered the door in sweatpants, confused, then saw the bag and waved me inside without questions. I crashed on his couch. Didn't explain. He didn't push. Good friend. My phone buzzed 3 times that night. All from Rachel. 9:47 p.m. Are you seriously not coming back tonight? 10:23 p.m. This is childish. 11:08 p.m. Whatever. I'm going to bed. I didn't respond. Turned the phone face down. Stared at the ceiling. Marcus came out around midnight with 2 beers. Handed me one. Sat in the armchair across from me. You want to talk about it? He asked. She asked me to pretend we're not together at her high school reunion, I said, so she could see if her ex still has feelings for her. Marcus took a long drink. Set the bottle down. Jesus. Yeah. And you left. I left. He nodded slowly. Good. That was it. No lecture. No questions. Just confirmation that I'd done the right thing. It helped. Friday, I went back to the apartment while she was at work. Let myself in with my key. Packed systematically. Clothes. Books. My desk. My dishes. Anything that was mine. I'd paid for most of the furniture. Considered taking it. Decided it wasn't worth the fight. I just wanted out cleanly. I left my key on the kitchen counter. Took one last look around. 2 years of my life in this space. 2 years I believed in something that turned out to be conditional. I texted her once. Came by for my things. Left the key. I'll send someone for the furniture next week. Don't contact me. Her response came fast. You're really doing this? Over one request. I didn't reply. Saturday was the reunion. I spent it moving into a short-term rental I'd found online. 1 bedroom. Small. Clean. Mine. I didn't think about her. Didn't imagine what she was doing. Didn't care if Kyle showed up, or how he reacted, or what game she played. It wasn't my circus anymore. I assembled my bed frame. Unpacked boxes. Set up my desk by the window. Ordered pizza. Watched a movie. Went to bed early. My phone was off. Had been since Friday night. I didn't need to hear from her. Didn't need explanations, or justifications, or apologies. The conversation was over. Update 1. Sunday morning, I turned my phone back on. Needed to respond to some work emails. The messages loaded. 17 from Rachel. They started Saturday night. 9:14 p.m., right after the reunion would have ended. Hey, I'm back. Where are you? Are you still at Marcus's? Can we talk? Then a gap. Then more, getting progressively more confused. I don't understand why you're being like this. Call me. Seriously, call me. Then Sunday morning. Are you really not going to respond? This is insane. You can't just disappear. I came home and half your stuff is gone. What the hell? We need to talk about this. You're acting crazy. I read through them once. Felt nothing. Just watched the words like they belonged to a stranger's story. The last message came at 10:33 a.m. Sunday. Okay, I get it. You're mad. Can we please just talk and go back to normal? Whatever I said wrong, I'm sorry. Just come home. Go back to normal. She actually thought normal was still an option. I typed one message. Short. Final. Normal ended yesterday. Sent it. Then I blocked her number. Blocked her on every platform. Instagram. Facebook. WhatsApp. Everywhere. Marcus texted an hour later. Rachel just called me asking where you are. Told her I don't know. She sounded pissed. I replied, thanks for covering. She's blocked now. If she keeps calling, don't answer. Copy that. You good? Better than I've been in a while. Monday, I focused on work. Dove into a project I'd been putting off. Had a productive day. Met a coworker for lunch. Felt lighter. Like I'd been carrying weight I didn't realize was there until it was gone. Tuesday afternoon, Marcus called. You're not going to believe this, he said. Try me. Sarah just texted me. Sarah was his girlfriend. She knew Rachel through some mutual friend network. Apparently, Rachel spent the whole reunion telling people about Kyle. Asking questions. Trying to figure out his situation. He showed up with his fiancée. I laughed. Couldn't help it. His fiancée. Yeah. Rachel didn't know. Thought he was single. Spent the night trying to get his attention. He barely acknowledged her. Was too busy with his actual partner. So she played herself. Completely. And now she's telling everyone you broke up with her out of nowhere. That you're unstable. That she doesn't know what happened. Of course she is. Sarah says most people aren't buying it. A few of Rachel's closer friends are asking questions. Apparently, this isn't the first time Rachel's pulled something like this. That caught my attention. What do you mean? Sarah didn't give details. Just said Rachel has a pattern. Uses people. Drops them. Rewrites history. I filed that information away. Didn't change anything. But it confirmed what I already knew. I'd gotten out at the right time. Update 2. Wednesday, I got a Facebook message request. Someone named Jess. I didn't recognize the name immediately, then remembered. The text thread on Rachel's phone. Is Kyle bringing anyone? I accepted the request. Read the message. Hey, I'm one of Rachel's friends from high school. I don't know if she mentioned me. I heard you two broke up. I wanted to reach out because I think you should know some things. I typed back. I'm listening. Her response came fast. Rachel's been like this since high school. She dates people but keeps tabs on her exes. Always wants to know if they still care. It's like she collects them. Kyle broke free by getting engaged. Didn't tell anyone until the reunion because he knew she'd show up and make it weird. He was right. She told me they broke up messy. That he didn't want it to end. That's backwards. She broke up with him senior year because she got bored. He moved on. She couldn't handle it. Kept trying to get his attention for years. Finally, he just stopped responding. I read that twice. So the narrative she'd fed me was inverted. She was the one hung up. Not him. Jess kept typing. She dated a guy named Matt our sophomore year of college. Did the same thing. Wanted him to come to some party and pretend they weren't dating so her ex from freshman year would wonder. Matt told her no. She dumped him. Told everyone he was controlling. Jesus. Yeah. I stopped being her friend after that. But she keeps cycling through people. I saw her post about you a few times. You seem normal. I figured you didn't know what you were dealing with. When I heard you left, I thought you should know it's not you. It's her. It's always been her. I thanked her, told her I appreciated the context. She replied with, good luck. And hey, if you want the full story, there are like 5 other people who could tell you similar things. She leaves wreckage. I didn't need the full story. I had enough. Thursday, Rachel's best friend, Amanda, somehow got my new number. Probably from Marcus's girlfriend before I could warn her. Amanda called, and I answered out of curiosity. You need to call Rachel, she said immediately. No greeting. No build-up. No, I don't. She's a mess. She's crying every day. She doesn't understand what she did wrong. You just left. She asked me to erase myself for her ex's benefit. That's what she did wrong. And I didn't just leave. I left after making it very clear why. It was one mistake. It was a choice that showed me who she is. I don't want to be with someone who sees me as disposable. You're being cruel. I'm being clear. There's a difference. Amanda's voice got sharp. You know, she did everything for you. And this is how you repay her? By just walking away. She did everything for me except respect me. And yeah, that's exactly how I repay that. By walking away. I hung up, blocked the number, texted Marcus, warned Sarah. Tell her not to give out my info. He replied, already done. Sorry about that. Amanda got it from someone else in the group. Everyone's blocked now. Update 3. Friday, 1 week since I'd left, Rachel showed up at Marcus's apartment. He texted me immediately. She's at my door. Not answering. You want me to call the cops? No. She'll leave. Just ignore her. She knocked for 10 minutes, according to Marcus. Then yelled through the door that she knew I was in there. That I needed to stop being a coward. That we needed to have an adult conversation. Marcus texted. She's saying she's not leaving until you talk to her. Tell her I don't live there. Tell her I've moved. Tell her anything. I'm not coming. He went to the door. I heard the exchange later from him. He opened it, stepped outside, closed it behind him. He's not here, Marcus said. I don't believe you. I don't care. He's not here. He moved. I don't know where. Don't come back. She apparently stared at him for a long moment, then said, You're a terrible friend. Marcus replied, No, I'm a good friend. That's why I'm not telling you where he is. She left. Saturday, she tried a different approach. Sent an email. Long rambling. Started with apologies, shifted to justifications, ended with accusations. I don't know what happened to you. You used to be understanding. You used to be kind. Now you're cold and unreachable. I made one mistake, and you threw away 2 years like it meant nothing. Do you know how that feels? Do you care at all? I thought we were partners. I thought we were building something. But apparently I was wrong. Apparently, you were just looking for an excuse to leave. Maybe you never loved me. Maybe this was always temporary for you. I'm done trying. If you want to be a stranger, fine. Be a stranger. But don't pretend this is my fault. You're the one who left. You're the one who won't even have a conversation. This is on you. I read it once. Didn't reply. Archived it. Sunday, 2 weeks since the initial conversation, I got a message from a number I didn't recognize. This is Kyle. Rachel's ex got your info from Jess. Just wanted to say I'm sorry you got caught up in whatever she was trying to pull. She did the same thing to me years ago. Kept trying to play games. Make me jealous. I finally had to block her everywhere. My fiancé and I saw her at the reunion. She spent the whole night trying to get my attention. It was uncomfortable. Jess told me what happened with you. Good on you for getting out. She doesn't change. I replied, Thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it. And congrats on the engagement. Thanks. And hey, if she starts showing up places, document it. I had to get a cease and desist letter drafted when she wouldn't stop texting my fiancé. She backed off after that. Just a heads up. I screenshot the message. Filed it away, hoping I wouldn't need it. 3 weeks after I left, Marcus told me Rachel had moved out of the apartment. Sarah said she couldn't afford it alone. Rent was too high. She's staying with Amanda now. I'd paid 2/3 of the rent. She'd paid 1/3. She couldn't cover my portion. I felt nothing about it. Not guilt. Not satisfaction. Just neutral acknowledgement of consequences. For weeks in, Jess sent me a screenshot. Rachel's Instagram story. A long text post. Sometimes you give everything to someone and they walk away the second things get hard. Sometimes you realize people aren't who you thought they were. Sometimes you're better off alone than with someone who can't handle one difficult conversation. Growth comes from pain. I'm choosing to grow. I showed Marcus. He laughed. She's really trying to spin this. Let her. Doesn't change reality. Sarah told Marcus that most of their friend group had stopped engaging with Rachel's posts. A few had reached out to others who'd dated her. The pattern was consistent. Manipulation. Mind games. Rewriting history when people left. Amanda apparently confronted Rachel about it. Told her people were talking. Rachel denied everything. Said everyone was jealous. Said I'd poison people against her. Amanda didn't buy it. According to Sarah, Amanda had started pulling back too. 5 weeks in, Rachel tried one more time. Sent a message through LinkedIn. Professional network. Last place I hadn't blocked her. I know you don't want to hear from me. I get it. But I need to say this. I was wrong. I shouldn't have asked you to lie. I shouldn't have put you in that position. I was insecure and stupid and I hurt you. I'm sorry. I know sorry doesn't fix it. I know you've moved on. But I needed you to know that I understand now. I understand what I did. And I'm working on it. I'm seeing a therapist. I'm trying to be better. Not for you. For me. Because I don't want to do this to anyone else. You were right to leave. I don't blame you. I just wanted you to know that you leaving made me see things I couldn't see before. So thank you. And I'm sorry. I won't contact you again. I read it. Reread it. It sounded genuine. Maybe it was. Maybe she really was working on herself. Didn't matter. The door was closed. I didn't reply. Just archived the message. Blocked her on LinkedIn too. 6 weeks in, I ran into one of her co-workers at a coffee shop. Didn't plan it. Just random encounter. She recognized me from a holiday party Rachel had dragged me to last year. Hey, you dated Rachel, right? Used to. Yeah. She hesitated. I don't want to overstep. But she's been talking about you at work. A lot. Telling people you were abusive. That you controlled who she could talk to. I felt my jaw tighten. That's not true. I know. I've seen her do this before. She dated someone in our department 2 years ago. Same thing. He left. She rewrote the story. I just thought you should know in case it gets back to you. Appreciate the warning. For what it's worth, I never believed her. Neither do most of us. She's got a reputation. I thanked her. Left. Felt the anger rising for the first time in weeks. Not at her lies. At the audacity. The entitlement. The inability to just let it end. I called a lawyer friend that afternoon. Asked about defamation. He said unless she was putting it in writing or it was affecting my job, there wasn't much to do. Told me to document any written statements if they showed up. Keep records. I started a folder. Screenshots. Messages. Timestamps. Just in case. 2 months after I walked out, I was sitting in my new apartment, smaller but mine, and I realized something. I felt free. Not relieved. Not vindicated. Just free. Free from monitoring my words to avoid triggering insecurity. Free from wondering if I was enough. Free from the constant low-level anxiety that came with being with someone who saw relationships as games. I'd started seeing someone new. Met her at a work conference. Emma. 31. Consultant. Sharp. Direct. No games. On our 3rd date, she asked me about my last relationship. I told her the short version. The request. The walkout. The aftermath. She listened. Nodded. Then said, "Good for you. That's not something you come back from." That's what I figured. Some people think boundaries are negotiable. They're not. You don't owe anyone a second chance when they show you who they are that clearly. I liked her more after that conversation. Marcus asked me once if I regretted it. If I ever wondered if I'd overreacted. No, I said. She asked me to stop existing for her convenience. That's not overreacting. That's responding appropriately. Fair. The thing is, I said, I don't even think she understands why it was so bad. She still sees it as, I asked one thing, and he blew up. She doesn't get that the one thing revealed everything else. Some people never do, Marcus said. 3 months in, I got a message from a mutual acquaintance. Someone I barely knew. Asking if I'd heard about Rachel. I almost didn't answer. Then curiosity got me. Heard what? She's dating someone new. Same pattern. Already trying to control how he interacts with people. One of his friends reached out to me asking if I knew anything about her. I told him to run. Did he? Don't know yet. Some people have to learn the hard way. I thought about that. About the cycle. About how Rachel would probably keep doing this until someone or something forced her to change. But that wasn't my problem anymore. I replied, "Thanks for the update. Hope he figures it out." Then I deleted the conversation. Didn't need to track her anymore. Didn't need to know. For months after I left, Emma and I were walking through a bookstore. She stopped in the travel section. Pulled a book about Iceland off the shelf. "I've always wanted to go here," she said. Me too. Let's plan it. She looked at me. Really? Yeah. Why not? We booked tickets that night. 3 months out. Reykjavik. Northern Lights. Hot Springs. A trip built on wanting to experience something together, not on proving anything to anyone. The night before we left, I got one last message. From Amanda, Rachel's former best friend. Just wanted to tell you something. Rachel finally admitted what she did. Took her 4 months, but she told me the truth about why you left. Said she asked you to hide your relationship at the reunion. Said she realizes now how messed up that was. Said she's genuinely in therapy. I don't know if you care, but I thought you should know she's at least owning it now. I read the message. Felt nothing. No anger. No satisfaction. Just mild acknowledgement. I typed back. Thanks for letting me know. I hope therapy helps her. Then I turned my phone off. Packed my bag. Got ready for Iceland. Emma asked me that night if I ever thought about Rachel. Sometimes, I said. Not in a missing her way. More like remembering a lesson. What lesson? That some people see relationships as performances. And I'm not interested in performing. She kissed me. Good. Neither am I. We left for Iceland the next morning. I didn't think about Rachel on the plane. Didn't think about her in Reykjavik. Didn't think about her when we saw the Northern Lights, or when we sat in the Blue Lagoon, or when we hiked to a waterfall. I thought about the life I was building, the person I was with, the future that looked nothing like the past. Normal had ended that day in the apartment. But normal had been a trap anyway. Something that looked stable but wasn't. Something that required me to shrink. This, what I had now, wasn't normal. It was better. It was real. Built on respect. On honesty. On two people who saw each other as people, not props. Rachel had wanted to see if her ex still cared. In the process, she'd shown me that she didn't care. Not about me. Not about what we'd built. Not about anything except her own validation. And I'd walked away. Permanently. Some doors, once closed, stay closed. This was one of them.